Butter my crumpets. I think we've just found the greatest lightsaber toy ever made. The fully automatic retractable Power Saber by Goliath. Welcome back to the order, you Star Wars enthusiasts. Today we're checking out the world's first retail lightsaber that has the ability to automatically extend and automatically retract. This Power Saber from Goliath definitely feels like a Star Wars fan's ultimate dream. We'll check out all of the features and work out if this is something worth buying with that £60 or $60 price tag, and we'll also compare it against some of the officially licensed electronic lightsabers out on the market. If you enjoy this video, it would be amazing if you could leave a like and subscribe.
Help a veteran get a warm meal.
Let's get in. The box is pretty nice. Premium cardboard with a window that shows you exactly what you're getting, and on the box it also shows you the colour of the blade that you're going to get. This is currently available in green or red, but there is a special edition one in yellow coming out in September 2024. Inside the box you get some instructions, and ordinarily I wouldn't read these. You also get a nifty little display stand. Isn't that cute? And lastly, of course, you get the hilt. And I have to say, I'm really impressed. Some people are likely going to criticise this for being a bit basic, which it is. It's sort of just a lump of plastic, but I think you've kind of got to see that this is a blank canvas. There are so many opportunities just looking at this, even straight out of the box. I can imagine adding some black ribbing in here, and even these sections here and here almost feel like they've been primed, ready for a bit of customization. I really like this. The silver's not too bad. Yes, it's plastic, but this is a toy at the end of the day. The gold ignition switch here is really nice. This is your power button. Overall, I think the design works really well. Up here at the top, so you've got your collapsing blade in here. And down at the bottom you have your speaker, and I'll be honest, it's a fairly well balanced saber, but there is a hefty amount of weight down here at the bottom. So this is where your power core is, and all of the sort of mechanics that are going to make this thing extend and retract. So naturally it's going to have a bit more weight, but overall I think it's a really cool design. It looks a little bit like a Ki-Adi-Mundi lightsaber, if I'm honest. This is a Ki-Adi-Mundi legacy lightsaber, and it's one of the smaller legacy sabers, so bear that in mind. But you can see there some of the similarities. So straight away I'm thinking this type of black piping or black ribbing that you have here on the Ki-Adi-Mundi saber, I'm going to put some of that in here, and I'm just going to use some black electrical tape. What I'll probably do is I'll finish the review, I'll do a little bit of modification, and then I'll show you what it looks like at the end. But straight away, yeah, easily I can see some ways to mod this out just to make it stand out a little bit more. In terms of size, it's quite chunky. It's about the same width as most of the Galaxy's Edge sabers, so as a toy it is chunky, but not too chunky. By way of comparison, here is a vintage, which is upsetting to say, vintage 1999 Qui-Gon Jinn extending lightsaber. So it's a little bit taller, but in terms of the girth, you can see there, that's where my finger gets on that. Same on here, it's about the same. So width-wise, it's about the same as your typical older extending lightsabers, and that's fine because it's got to hold the blade inside the hilt. Unfortunately, you need the girth. One thing that's particularly nice with this though is the inclusion of a belt clip down here. So this is going to be perfect for cosplay. The ability to put this on your belt straight out of the box only adds to that fact. In terms of controls, nice and simple. You have your power button here, which is the black button, and that has sound effects. And then this is actually a slide up and a slide down. If you press it, it does nothing, so that was very confusing getting it out of the box. But to ignite it, you're just going to push it up, and you can hear there, very loud ignition. And then to de-ignite it and retract it, you're just going to slide it down. There you go. Quite noisy, but still. I'll show you how to get into batteries. So all you're going to do is get into the panel down here at the bottom, and then you have to take out what is effectively a little clip or compartment. You add your 4 AA batteries in there, slide it back in, and it's good to go. So let's check out some of those electronics, shall we? Holy moly! That automatic blade extension and blade retraction is just so much fun. I could do that all day. Yes, the motor's noisy, but who cares? The ability to retract that blade without having to punch it down by hand or plunge it into a floor is just amazing. Okay. Back on track. This thing is loaded with 9 sound effects. It's got an on and off sound when you press the black button. It has a slow and a fast swing, which I'll try and show you. It has 2 clash effects. And then it does have sound when you extend and retract the blade, though they are slightly overpowered by the motors. The blade hum is actually really cool. It's quite a raw sound and very unique. It's got really nice, loud but crisp sounds. There's no real warping here. And when you add that in with some decent motion sensitivity, this thing is outperforming many a Hasbro and some of the Disney toys, to be honest. Hasbro should be ridiculously ashamed of themselves with this. In terms of blade brightness, it isn't quite as good as the LED blades that Disney are using in their toys, but that's because this is a baselit lightsaber design, and that was always going to have to be the case with the collapsible blade. What you have is this base of LEDs within the hilt, and then that shines up, and you have these little accentuation points at the sort of knuckles on the blade, and that helps to drive the light up. Safe to say, this thing has absolutely won me over so far, and I can definitely see me getting more of these as they come out. Just for a really fair comparison though, what I do want to do is take a second just to compare this to some of the other lightsabers that are out on the market. Hasbro brought out a line of force action lightsabers, originally back in I think it was 2009, might have been 2006, but then they re-released some of these or reinvigorated it in 2015 with this Anakin lightsaber, but also with a Kylo Ren. This has a fully collapsible blade in it and it's spring loaded, which means that you can press this button and the blade will shoot out, which I'll show you in a second. But just look at the size of this thing. It's absolutely monstrous. It has no motors in it, it's purely spring loaded, and it's got some electronics, but they're not amazing. And I know it's 9 years older, but what Goliath have been able to do in a more compact design, a sturdier feeling design, is just phenomenal. It's really blowing my mind. And I think my frustration here is Hasbro, if they'd kept developing this line, could have done this, and maybe they still will. But instead Hasbro went off on the Lightsaber Forge line, which is just a complete waste. What people want is a lightsaber that's going to extend and retract at the push of a button. So well done, Goliath. So let's see how this thing stacks up against some of the other lightsabers on the market now. Comparing this against one of Hasbro's Lightsaber Forge lightsabers, which retail for about $25, you can see that the blade brightness is probably on par. And then there's the Disney LED lightsabers, which for me have been the absolute top dog of lightsaber toys to date. No question, the Disney Saber is winning out on blade brightness and also design when you consider sort of hero sabers. But the Goliath Saber actually outperforms the Disney Saber on motion sensitivity and of course the ability to automatically retract and extend the blade. I really wasn't sure what to expect with this Power Saber from Goliath, but it's absolutely amazing, and it's something that will no doubt be a massive headache to the House of Mouse and Hasbro. Personally, I can't wait for them to bring out more designs and more colours, and I think the price tag is well worth it. If you wanted to pick one of these up yourself, it's currently not available in the UK, but it is available for pre-order from various sites. I'll leave some links for you in the description, but if you're in the US, you can grab one of these from Target or from Amazon very easily. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. But for me, Goliath have smashed it.